But first at 6, a Green Country hospital is forced to take out a loan just to pay workers. Glad to have you with us. I'm TJ Eckert.
I'm Naomi Kitt. Communities like Wagner depend on their local hospitals, and those employees depend on getting paid.
But when their checks didn't drop on time this week, it put the problem in the spotlight.
2 News Oklahoma's Kathy Tatum found Wagner is not the only community having this problem.
When Wagner Community Hospital nurse Haley Postal called the problem solvers.
I reached out to Channel 2 News because we haven't received our paychecks, and today is Friday, August 1st, it's payday. And we haven't received any communication either via email, calls, texts from our hospital about what is going on here.
I got on the phone and quickly discovered the reason stems from an issue impacting hospitals across the state. They get supplemental Medicare payments known as SHOP payments.
The SHOP payments are a special payment that hospitals receive for treating Medicaid patients.
Rich Rasmussen with Oklahoma's Hospital Association tells me Medicaid traditionally pays hospitals less than the actual cost of treating patients.
The federal government permits states to increase that level of reimbursement above the cost of delivering that care.
He says that amount is negotiated between Oklahoma's Health Care Authority and the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And because those negotiations are ongoing, the state doesn't have the money yet to pass through to hospitals. So now, especially rural hospitals like Wagner Community Hospital are in a pinch, waiting on funds needed to pay staff and vendors.
Medicaid is our largest payer, and we are very dependent upon federal and state Medicaid supplemental payments. And anytime there's an interruption, it causes issues for hospitals like us that have high Medicaid utilization. So we're very concerned about this issue getting resolved quickly.
The hospital's administrator, Jimmy Leopard, tells me, thanks to a loan the hospital got from a local bank, it is able to make its payroll this week. Those checks are going out Friday afternoon, evening, and on into Saturday. However, it's just a stopgap. Postal feels funding uncertainty puts both patients and staff at her hospital and others at risk.
Rural hospitals in Oklahoma are definitely at risk. This could happen to anyone. We've already seen this happen in Stillwell. They're closed down. I don't want this for this community and or this organization. So I don't know if we're going to have to keep borrowing and or getting loans every 2 weeks to make payroll, or if Medicare is going to be able to get the money to these lower communities who depend on that more than, say, a large facility like St. Francis.
This shouldn't happen, but unfortunately there are occasions when it happens, and that's the position that we're in today. But I'll say, Kathy, that what concerns us is not so much about today, which is a concern, but long term. I mean, the cuts that Congress just approved is going to make this even more difficult going forward. Because as hospitals rely on these special payments to continue to pay for their operations today, these payments are going to be reduced by over $6.3 billion over the next decade. So very rural hospitals are going to struggle as reimbursements are reduced, as well as our larger hospitals. So this is something that we urge Congress to reassess because it's going to have an impact on our state and, for that matter, the entire nation.
In Wagner, I'm Kathy Tatum, 2 News Oklahoma.